No, I said that. Don't pick up your own party. That's why we have a cleaning staff for. We can't do that to them. So to make a place better than that. Okay. Thank you. Okay, Tom. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. Hold on. Hey, you're on for one crazy ride tonight with Josh on Full Throttle Racing Show. Hashtag one on YouTube. Tonight we have with us Tom Lathrop. Welcome to the show, Tom.
Thanks for having me on tonight.
Tom, let's talk about your racing career. How did you get started in racing?
Well, actually, I guess just from going back when I was a kid, going with my parents to the racetrack for many years. But when I was younger, and I decided one day when I got old enough, I had enough money, I was going to give it a shot. And I started about 30 years ago, and I haven't looked back.
Okay, so Tom, what was it like for you to race for the first time?
What was it like, you said?
What was it like for you to race for the first time?
Pretty exciting, pretty nerve-wracking. I didn't know what to expect at first. I mean, I spun out a couple times, and but other than that, I mean, it was exciting, and it was like I was hooked after that.
So, how much success have you had as a race car driver?
Not as much as I would like, that's for sure. I mean, I finally got, I hate to say it, but all these years racing, I finally got my first feature win last year at Boone Speedway. I mean, I wish I had $1 for every heat race and every B-man I've won in my career so far, but that feature win was long and overdue.
Okay, so how did you come up with your racing number?
It was my actual football number, actually. When I played football, and since I'm a Viking fan, and I just used my number for my car that way.
So what is your car number, Tom?
Number 8.
Okay. So, when you win races, how do you celebrate your victories?
Just with my buddies back at the trailer. I mean, that's. I mean, I don't get too excited because I'm out there to win, and so you gotta act like you've done it before.
Yeah. So, who do you have for sponsors on your racing team?
Pretty good sponsors, me, myself, and I.
Okay.
I got 3 of them, me, myself, and I. That's it. Actually, it's Pyramid Graphics right here. That's my business. I pay for my own stuff, and I'm my own crew chief, pit crew, you name it, mechanic. I do it all. I'm a one-man show, my friend.
Are you still looking for sponsors for your racing team?
Dude, I'd take a sponsor any day I can get one.
How does one get a hold of you to sponsor you, Tom?
They can catch me on Facebook, and message me through Messenger and things like that. The way things are nowadays, it's hard for a guy, a racer to go out and ask for money. I mean, it's a sport that takes money to do, and to be fast, you got to have money, and that's just the bottom line. I mean, for speed, you got to spend money, and I think I'm at the peak that could be it right now with my budget, and I tell everybody I got a really great handling car this year. I mean, I'm right there on the edge. I just need that little extra horsepower so I can keep up with the open motor guys. But because I run a crate, so I mean, I'm limited to what I can do, but I hang with the best I can with what I have.
Okay. So what is your home racetrack you race on?
Boone Speedway.
Okay. So what's your favorite racetrack you've ever raced on?
Boone Speedway.
Okay.
It's by far one of the best groomed tracks I've ever raced on. I mean, I've raced on some, Missouri, and they're okay, but there's nothing like Boone Speedway. I mean, it's once you've been there, you want to go back and back.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this racing show and you'd like to sponsor our guest Tom Lathrop, reach out to him on Facebook because he'd appreciate the sponsor on his race car. So Tom, okay, who's your racing hero? Who do you look up to as a race car driver?
It's so busy. I know.
Well, when I was younger, back in the day, there was a couple drivers I really liked a lot, and the guy's name was Don White. I think if I'm not mistaken, he was from Illinois. He drove a number five Dodge. And it was yellow back in the day when I was a kid. And another one I really liked a lot was Fred Horn. And those two guys were the guys I like to watch every week.
Okay. So, do you have any big racing events you're looking forward to racing at?
Boone Nationals here in a few weeks.
Okay. So, what kind of wrap are you putting on your race car this year for the Super Nationals?
Well, I thought about changing it up because I usually do that every year, but it's still in good shape. And for the price you got to spend to do that wrap every time, I could be well used towards race tires and that aspect versus a wrap, because the wrap's not going to make you any faster. It's not going to win you a race. So I think I'll probably invest that money in tires instead of putting a new wrap on it, because it gets expensive.
Oh yeah. So, what's an awesome day at the race shop look like for you?
What's that?
What's an awesome day at the race shop look like for you?
What was a race shop look like to me on a
No,
normal day? You're saying?
what's an awesome day at the race shop look like for you?
Oh,
this way again.
going to hang out with my buddies, just talking. I mean, I go to Harris Auto Racing every Saturday when I go up to Boone and hang out with the guys. And there's nothing better than hanging out with the guys and shooting, you know what, and getting all these race secrets and lying and everything else. So it's a pretty good time. Just like hanging out with the guys.
So what's an awesome day at the racetrack look like for you?
Sure about that?
Going out there and winning. Going out there and competing and putting your best foot forward.
Okay. So, are you pretty good about reading the racetrack?
Oh yeah, yeah. And well, I mean, it changes from race to race. I mean, you think you got the right setup, and then you get out there and you think, oh my God, that was slicker than I thought it was. Oh my God, that's heavier than I thought it was. Because sometimes standing there in the stands looking at the track, it looks a lot different until when you get on it. It's like, oh boy, that's slicker than I thought it was. I mean, it didn't look like that from where I was standing. But you have some guys there at the sideline. They're kind of telling you before you roll out on the track. They'll give you a signal. Go low, middle, or high where the groove's at, because sometimes they're so back far in the stage you can't see what's going on ahead of you. So you got to depend on the guy kind of giving you a little insight, let you know if it's low, middle, or high.
Yeah. So when you're out there racing, do you like a wet, heavy track, a dry, dusty track, or right in the center?
I think everybody. Well, maybe I can't say everybody, but I prefer a semi-heavy track, not real super heavy, because that's where all the horsepower comes out with the open motors. So if it's kind of medium to a little bit slick, it's better for me for my crate motor.
Okay. So, when you're strapped in your race car, getting ready to go on the racetrack, what helps get you psyched up and motivated to go out and do this?
Say it again, buddy. I didn't hear you.
When you're strapped in your race car, getting ready to go on the racetrack, what helps get you psyched up and motivated to go out and do this?
Honestly, before I go out on the racetrack, I pray every time before I go out, and that gives me sense of ease and things like that. So another thing that's motivated is the fact that if you can come from middle pack to the front of the pack, that's great motivation, and in that way you accomplish something. Because when you start on the front row, you better win the race if you're on the front row. And I put so much pressure on myself when I start on the front. It's like I better win it, because there's no better place than being on the front row, and there's no one out there to keep you from going forward. So you better put your best foot forward. And that's the only thing I get worried about. I put too much pressure myself is knowing that if I'm on the front, I have to win that race because there's no excuse for coming in second.
Okay, what's the best piece of advice you've gotten as a race car driver?
Go out there and be your own self. Drive your race. Don't listen to other people, because there's a lot of racers from the grandstands that couldn't drive their own car if they had to. But they like to tell you how to drive a car, but they don't know what's going on when you're inside that car. So I always tell a new guy when they come out, be yourself, drive your own race, and take your time, and it'll come to you when you're ready. You'll know it. And so don't listen to all that chatter in the background, because they all tell you 100 different things, and not one of them probably ever drove a race car in their life, but they'll tell you how to drive it anyway.
So do you have a racing nickname, Tom?
Yeah, they call me Hollywood.
Okay. All right. So do you have any crazy racing stories you'd like to share with us?
What's that?
Do you have any crazy racing stories you'd like to share with us?
I don't know if they're crazy or not, but I remember one time going to a track nearby my home, and I only would go there if I knew it was going to rain on a Saturday, so I'd go there on a Friday night and race. And I'd pull into the track, and one of the guys would say, "Oh no, Tom's here, so it must going to be raining tomorrow because he wouldn't be here today." So we go out there, and we get the car on the track and go through the heat race, and we qualify for the A main, and my woman is with me. She says, "Should we do any adjustments to the car, or do anything, add any fuel to it?" I said, "Nah, we're just here to make a race tonight. Since we're not racing tomorrow, we got to start in the back of the feature." I said, "No, we're fine. We'll just leave it the way it is." So I go out there and I go putting around, and next thing I know, I pass a car, yellow comes out. I pass another car, and the yellow comes out. Next thing I know, I'm in fourth place. I'm racing for the lead in the feature. And so I ended up finishing fourth place, went to the tech area, rode across the scales, and got DQ'd for being too light. I had to put gas in the car.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, I went out there with no expectations, just go out to have fun. And with a little bit of luck and from the yellows and me passing some cars, I was in the claim area, and lo and behold, I didn't have enough weight in the car, so I got DQ'd. So,
Oh boy.
but, things like that happen. It was all
Oh yeah.
good fun, though, and I always talk about that story, because the reason why I talk about it is how the payout was. I got DQ'd at that track, and I got $65. Okay, wow, a lot of money, So I go to this other track 2 weeks later, and I won't mention any names because I'm not going to say who the track I went to, but I finished 12th in the feature. Guess how much I got for 12th place that day for finishing 12th?
No idea.
$35.
Oh boy.
So I get DQ'd and get 65, and I get 12th in the feature and get 35. And I said, you know what? I got to rethink this, man. Should I even come back into this anymore? I mean, it's like it was unreal. But since then, that track has done a little better in payout, but still not the greatest. But that's the way it is, I guess the promoter's got to make money somehow.
Yeah. So, okay. Who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
What's that?
Who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
Oh, Curtis Weber. He pits next to me. He drives a 13V. And I got Ben, and I got Kyle, and I got Ken, and I got Megan, and things. I mean, they're all hanging out there, and I drive to Boone every week just to be with my buddies. I mean, because I tell you what, it's a 2-hour drive, and I definitely don't make any money by going to Boone every weekend. But it's a family type of deal. Those are my best friends. And I met some of the best people in this business through the racetrack. Some of my best friends come from the racetrack.
You said you're a 2-hour drive. Where are you from?
I'm from Macomb.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little bit of a drive.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour drive. But what I usually do though is that I'll go to Marshalltown on Friday, spend the night, drive over to Boone the next day, and then depends on how tired I am. If I'm really tired, I'll spend a night in Boone and drive home on Sunday because at my age, buddy, it's tough to stay awake from coming home on a Saturday night after a long day of racing,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay. Let me think here. Um, okay. So, Tom, do you have a racing page the racing fans can follow you on?
So I have a Facebook page under uh, Tom Lathrop Racing, but I'm very bad at updating that page. I'm horrible at updating the page, actually. So, I mean, I need to get back onto that and start putting my results and telling people how things are going and things like that. But yeah, I need to do that. But like I said, I'm not very good at that anymore. I got other things I do and keep me busy, and I need to probably keep that updated better. But you can look at for me there on through Facebook, and also you can find me on Pyramid Graphics through Facebook too. So I do post some things on there, but not very much because that's more my business page. So
What do you like to do for fun away from the racetrack?
um, actually, I used to own a semi-pro football team years ago, and I used to do that when I was away from the racetrack. I actually played uh, semi-pro football at the age of 50. And
Really?
oh yeah, and of course I was just a kicker and a long snapper, so it wasn't like I'm out there beating heads with people. I mean, at 50 years old, I'm not stupid,
Yeah.
you know. But nowadays, if I'm not racing, I'm working on a race car. I mean, I breathe, drink, and sleep racing. It's my passion. It's something I love very much, and I don't ever want to see the day I have to hang
Not
it up.
very far then.
And it kind of gets me emotional sometimes when I think I have to someday I'll have to quit. I'm not looking forward to that day. I mean, it's something that drives me every weekend and gives me something to look forward to on the weekends. It's a therapy to me. Racing is so. It's not just a sport. It's something that calms me and puts me in a good place. So I mean, would I love to win every race? You betcha. Would I like to win all those features? You bet. The fact of it is, I get to go visit with my good friends. I get to enjoy what I do, and the good Lord gives me the ability and the time to be able to do it. So I'm blessed that way.
Okay. So, Tom, I'm at the portion of the show where I like to turn the mic over to my guest. If you have a couple questions you'd like to ask me, you can ask me a couple questions. Do you have a couple questions you'd like to ask me, Tom?
Um, no, I mean, what got you started doing this?
Just been a racing fan for 30 years or better.
Oh yeah, have you raced yourself?
No,
No. Have you
no,
ever gotten in a car and hot lapped or anything like that?
no, uh-uh.
No. It's probably a good thing you didn't because it's like crack cocaine. You either like it or you're hooked. So,
Yeah.
and it's bad if you like it, buddy. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Tom, I'd like to thank you for being on our racing show tonight, talking to us about your racing career, getting to know you a little bit better. I'll have you step out and I'll call you in a little bit to thank you, okay?
All right, buddy. Thanks for having me on, bud. Appreciate it.
Yep, thanks. Yep.
You bet.
No, it's not over.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Tom Lathrop on our racing show tonight, talking to us about his racing career. No real racing news for you tonight. If you'd like to sponsor a racing show, be on a racing show, feel free to call us or text us at 712-209-7138 or email